It's the Score North Twin Show.
This Twins team, man, they just can't stop making moves. It's the Score North Twin Show. Hit the like button, subscribe button here on the Twin Show podcast feed and the YouTube channel. Appreciate everyone. My name is Declan Goff here. I figured I'd jump on, give a quick little update as the moves just keep on coming. The Twins potentially found their opening day first baseman. I want to talk about it with you guys here. So appreciate everyone that has consumed the Score North Twin Show. Score North Twin Show. As I saw in the month of February, we actually had a big uptick in subscribers. So appreciate you guys catching on with the excitement of all these moves the Twins have made. Appreciate that. So continue to support this channel. I'm excited. We're about 6 weeks away from opening day in St. Louis. I'm planning to be there as well. So very excited for that. Twins have added a veteran outfielder. They've added a reliever. And now they potentially have added maybe their opening day first baseman in Ty France. So Twins add Ty France. He was an all-star with the Seattle Mariners in 2022. I'm told actually he was a pretty big clubhouse guy for them in 2022 during their playoff run where they finally snapped their big streak and were able to get back to the playoffs for like the first time in 20 years. And in those age 26, 27 season, Ty France was awesome. He had an OPS plus of almost 130. He slashed 283, 353, 440. Nice little 20 home run season pop. Was worth almost 4 WAR a season. Like, that's an awesome start. You like to think that he's going to hit his prime and go from there. Unfortunately, since they went to the playoffs, France has bounced around. He was DFA'd last year by Seattle. He winds up in Cincinnati. And last season in 2024, OPS plus that was pretty significantly well below average in 92. And he has spent he's a converted second baseman that is now playing first base. That probably reminds you of Edward Julian, which they might have a plan for here. But last season, Ty France was one of the worst defensive first basemen in all of baseball in terms of defensive runs saved. So there were, let me see if I had this right, 86 players who spent at least 1,000 innings at first. Ty France ranked 71st with -7 defensive runs saved. Now, that's just one metric. Like, for example, Harrison Bader wasn't in a positive light in defensive runs saved, but outs above average and StatCast and his range and his glove, they are still positive. Last season, France was in the 1 percentile in range in terms of outs above average according to StatCast, and his sprint speed. I mean, he's playing first base. I'm not expecting him to be fast, but he's also one of the slowest moving players in baseball. I figured if the Twins were going to add a legitimate first baseman, I'll pull up a quote from Rocco Baldelli that I think is good and worth pointing out here. If they're going to add a first baseman to the mix to compete with Edward Julian and Jose Miranda, I figured they would go with someone who was a defensive first player like Carlos Santana last year that'd still be cost effective and someone that they could, rely upon at that position. I don't know if Ty France is that answer. Now he's 30 years old, and he had some really good years in 2021-22, but his skill set is kind of flipping. Like his defense has regressed, and he used to be one of the toughest guys to strike out in Major League Baseball, and that was somewhat still the case last year, but went up to 21%, which is near MLB average. Prior to that, he was just striking out at like 15 to 16% of the time. So at the very least, he was giving you pretty competitive at-bats. I don't know. I think if you were to tell me a week ago, or even obviously like 6 hours ago, because this signing kind of came down within the last few hours, is Ty France someone the Twins should have their radar on? I would say steer clear. I just don't think that there'd be someone that's worth bringing in here for someone that needs to kind of solidify that position, because if Julian and Miranda are the two dudes that Rocco is going to roll out there, those are platoon options. Miranda's a righty, Julian's a lefty. They can platoon those two. But, Rocco had some quotes about what he wants from the first base plan. He said this on Inside Twins, I believe a few weeks ago, going into Twins Fest, that I want those at-bats to go somewhere to someone who has a real chance to play there during the season and at the big league level. That's one spot on the field we'll definitely be thinking about. again, I don't think Ty France is that guy. Now, I could be wrong. It's February 11th, baby. Pitchers and catches report here in a couple days. Full squad workout is about a week away. And I didn't get to the contract figures for Ty France. If this is like that's basically a league minimum deal, and they're bringing him in to give him a look-see, and see if maybe he can potentially repeat that performance he had in 21-22 when he was an above-average hitter and also a decent fielder who was being converted from second to first, then yeah, I would be excited of this, and maybe that magic is still there. Maybe there's something that can be pulled out of there that the Twins see and Rocco and Falvey have identified here, but. Yeah, I look at the numbers. They're heading in the wrong way. He's a righty, which this team kind of needs some righties to balance out the surplus of lefties. Well, last season, I mean, he was pretty much the same hitter against lefties and righties. I mean, OPS was 670 against righties, 671 against lefties. Hit 235 against righties, 231 against lefties. So a season even for a team that loves to platoon often. This isn't even a guy that likes to platoon. I don't know. Maybe he's just a camp body, and by the time cutdown date happens, we get closer to 26-man rosters. We'll see where that goes. But yeah, this was not someone that I would have had on top of my radar that the Twins should be taking a chance on. He could be a clubhouse dude. Like he could, if he was a catalyst for that Mariners team that made the playoffs, maybe he's your Kyle Farmer 2.0, and they lost Farmer. And look, I think Farmer's production on the field is replaceable at best, and maybe that's Ty France, and Ty France brings them an element to the clubhouse that this team's going to need, and they've done a better job lately at identifying those guys, I think. Falvey and even Thad Levine when he was with the Twins, they brought in the 2018 team with Lomo and Lance Lynn, and it was kind of a disaster. Addison Reed wasn't a pleasant guy to be around, but, they kept Kyle Farmer around last year at a high figure because he's a great clubhouse dude, and everyone loved to go gravitate towards him, and he started the rally sausage, and it was this whole big thing. But unless Ty France is that, where he's a very good clubhouse guy and they just want to take a look-see here to see if what he did in 21 and 22 is repeatable, okay, I'll gladly replay this clip to myself and to the masses if it works out for the Twins, but not someone I thought would be on top of their mind. So we'll see what happens. He's probably, I don't know if he's the favorite to be the opening day first baseman. Like, they're going to likely play Sonny Gray from the Cardinals, who's a righty. So I would assume Julian will get the at-bats there and maybe be your opening day first baseman. I wouldn't put it as a betting favorite or in pencil or even pen that Ty France is your opening day first baseman when they start the season in St. Louis here in a few weeks. We'll continue to monitor, but I wanted to hop on here, at least talk about it a little bit. I got something else I want to talk about too here on the Score North Twins show. Little extra innings episode coming at you. Hit the like button and the subscribe button here on this YouTube channel. Appreciate everyone that has helped growing it over the last few weeks here. Once the regular season starts, I'll still be covering the team at the majority of home games and be jumping on here, select road games, any breaking news, etc., and some other new elements to the Score North Twin Show feed that I'm excited to announce in the coming weeks as we get closer to opening day. So appreciate that. Hit the like button, subscribe button. So the Twins, other news, outside of adding Ty France, they did launch Twins TV. So if you're a Twins fan in the area, in the Twins territory, 5-state area, congratulations. You can now subscribe to Twins TV. Their yearly and monthly subscription packages are now available. There's options that just have Twins games. There's options that have the full MLB package plus MLB Network, which I'm a huge fan of MLB Network. You can subscribe to that. I think also they're giving a deal for a limited time where if you sign up, it's 50% off, and you also get like discount tickets to Twins games at Target Field for April and May, which is kind of interesting if you want to do that as well. So Twins TV will be available on the following devices. I'll get to some other details that I know fans are asking. Twins TV will be available on Amazon Fire, Android TV, Apple TV, Chromecast, LG, PlayStation, Roku, Samsung, Xbox. Is it Xumo? I think is what it's called. XUMO, Xumo, and the MLB on Apple and Android devices. I did see some people saying who subscribed to Twins TV today that they went to like their Samsung and Fire TV device. They didn't see it. I'd imagine that that's eventually rolled out, but those are going to be available on most streaming platform devices. I have a Roku stick downstairs. That's how I usually consume most of my apps and stuff. So I'll go see if it's on the Roku stick or my Roku device. But that has now been launched and live for Twins fans to start subscribing to. Was told to, they'll have their spring training dates announced here pretty soon. The team's now down there, or the truck is down there. People behind the scenes are opening up Fort Myers. Players should be reporting here in a couple days. But that is available for fans to subscribe, which will be interesting for Twins fans. I know they didn't really have an option. Super appreciative of everyone who consumed this show that said, I can't watch the Twins, and you and the Score North Twins show are my only outlet for Twins news. I hope that's still the case, regardless of this TV plan working or not. But the Twins TV plan is live. There's going to be new camera angles, too. There won't be pregame shows on the road. There will be pregame shows at home. Corey Provis, Justin Morneau, our guy Trevor Plouffe, which will hopefully be back in the fold here. Didart Span, former Twin. Glenn Perkins, former Twin. Plenty of great analysts that you're already kind of familiar with. They will be part of Twins TV in 2025. Also, they're working on a plan to still get cable, satellite, etc. As I take a sip here. Cable and satellite packages to make sure like that's available if you're still an Xfinity customer. I don't know what that looks like. Like, for example, Bally Sports last year was on like a sports tier where you had to be a member of, and then it got access to a bunch of channels. That part is still being ironed out, and that part I believe is also under the umbrella of the MLB's distribution. So Major League Baseball is the one that's handling that. And then locally here, if you're actually physically in the Twin Cities, over-the-air options, so your antenna, how you watch your basic cable channels, I think there's still plans to have a select and limited amount of games through over-the-air option. So if you're looking for that as well, you don't want to subscribe yet, you can do that. During spring training, they'll make like 5 games free as a part of Twins TV to kind of give a preview of that. They also will pick up a bunch of feeds from opposing broadcasts during the duration of spring training to broadcast some other Twins games as well. So that part will be kind of interesting to see how it looks. I mean, these new camera angles and stuff, I'm super excited just to see what it looks like. You know, I don't know if new camera angles are what's missing here from Twins fans not wanting to really watch or give a damn about the Twins. You know, I understand some angst there. As just a consumer of sports and someone who obviously is covering the team, I'm excited to try it out, see what it looks like, and hopefully it's something that works out for Twins fans and for everyone involved. The whole regional sports decisions and confusion there has been a long problem here, and the Twins are at least giving somewhat of a solution to that problem with Twins TV. So you can go sign up. It's at twins.com/TV, I believe. If you want to go, or just go to the Twins website, you obviously will certainly find it there. But yeah, so Twins continue to add. They got Danny Coulomb. They have Harrison Bader. They now add Ty France. So 3 free agents here in the last 11 days. There's an episode also on this podcast feed and YouTube channel from Friday. There was a little kind of mini press held with Derek Falvey and Jeremy Zoll that I was able to be a part of, and asked Derek Falvey about the trade market, which has now kind of slowed down a little bit. So I think the trade market probably would have been their likely path if they wanted to add a first baseman that was actually of substance. Ty France is just sitting out there. You don't got to trade anything to get him. And he's probably going to be a very low-cost option, so that's where they opt for France instead. But you can go find some bonus episodes kind of talking about the other signings in Coulomb and in Harrison Bader. Plus, we'll still have a full Score North Twins show on Thursday that I'll have with Mackie and Judd, which we'll get into some type of topic, I'm sure. Maybe an opening day lineup 2.0. Got some players here, got some different guys, and you can throw in against righties versus lefties. So maybe an opening day lineup 2.0 as we're on the eve of players reporting to Fort Myers and getting closer and closer to baseball season. Shout out to the NFL. Super Bowl is over with. Now it's hockey and basketball, and that means spring training. The Twins are on deck. So I'm super excited to cover the team again. Appreciate everyone that has subscribed to the Score North Twins Show channel. Please do so. Drop a comment if you want to see anything on future episodes that maybe weren't a part of regular episodes last year. You will still, by the way, see guys like Ross and AJ on extra innings episodes. Plus, we're hoping to bring back Trevor Plouffe Tuesdays too. So we're still going to have the Score North Twin Show, hopefully in the full tilt, just like we had last year. So thank you. Appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe button. This is the Score North Twin Show Extra Innings. My name's Declan Goff, and we'll be talking at you next time. And hopefully there's another big free agent to be talking about.